Your German diesel doesn't have to become an expensive nightmare. These 10 proven secrets, backed by master technician insights and real-world data, will make your BMW, Mercedes, or Audi diesel run like new for 300,000 miles. Number 10. Proactively replace the glow plugs. Glow plugs on older diesels often seize in the head, creating expensive removal problems that can destroy cylinder heads. According to Consumer Reports data and extensive documentation on diesel forums, proactive replacement every 60,000 to 80,000 miles ensures they can be removed easily, preventing them from snapping off and requiring expensive head removal or redrilling. When glow plugs seize in aluminum heads, extraction often requires drilling and thread repair that costs thousands. The glow plugs themselves cost $20 to $40 each, but seized removal can cost $2,000 to $4,000 in machine shop work. German diesel specialists recommend replacement based on mileage rather than waiting for failure symptoms. The warning signs include hard starting in cold weather, white smoke during startup, and rough idle until the engine warms up. However, by the time these symptoms appear, the glow plugs may already be seized in the head. Master diesel technicians report that proactive glow plug replacement prevents 95% of extraction problems and maintains reliable cold weather starting. European diesel owners follow this schedule religiously, which explains why their diesels rarely experience glow plug extraction nightmares that plague American-maintained vehicles. Number 9. The two-step warm-up rule. Never apply significant load until engine oil temperature, not coolant temperature, reaches operating range. Diesels have massive blocks and take longer to heat up than gasoline engines, requiring patience to protect high-compression cylinder walls and piston rings. According to diesel engine specialists and Consumer Reports data, applying load to cold diesel engines causes accelerated wear that reduces engine life significantly. The oil temperature gauge or diagnostic scanner shows true engine readiness better than the coolant temperature gauge. Drive gently until oil temperature reaches 180 degrees Fahrenheit, avoiding hard acceleration, high RPM, or heavy loads. This warm-up period protects the high-compression combustion chambers from thermal shock and prevents ring seal damage. The two-step process involves initial idle for 30 seconds to circulate oil, followed by gentle driving until full operating temperature. Diesel engines operate under much higher compression ratios than gasoline engines, making proper warm-up critical for longevity. Master diesel technicians report that engines following proper warm-up procedures regularly exceed 400,000 miles, while those subjected to cold loading often need rebuilds before 200,000 miles. European diesel taxi operators follow strict warm-up protocols, which contributes to their legendary high-mileage reliability. Number 8. Manual DPF regeneration ritual. For drivers who commute short distances, you must consciously perform manual regeneration drives once weekly to ensure the diesel particulate filter clears out completely, preventing costly clogging that destroys the entire exhaust system. According to Consumer Reports data and diesel emissions specialists, DPF systems require sustained highway driving to reach temperatures needed for complete regeneration. Short trip driving never allows the DPF to burn off accumulated soot, leading to clogging and expensive replacement. The manual regeneration ritual involves driving on the highway for 30 minutes at steady speeds above 45 miles per hour, allowing exhaust temperatures to exceed 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This burns off accumulated soot and prevents the DPF from becoming clogged beyond recovery. Watch for DPF warning lights and perform regeneration drives immediately when prompted by the vehicle's computer system. Ignoring DPF warnings leads to complete system failure, requiring replacement of the DPF, catalytic converter, and related sensors at costs exceeding $4,000 to $6,000. Master diesel technicians recommend weekly highway drives for all diesel owners, regardless of warning lights, as preventive maintenance. European diesel owners understand this requirement and rarely experience DPF failures compared to American drivers who ignore regeneration needs. Number 7. Never run the tank below quarter full. The fuel in the tank acts as coolant for the low-pressure fuel pump, and running low causes the pump to overheat and fail, potentially contaminating the entire high-pressure fuel system with metal debris. According to Consumer Reports data and fuel system specialists, diesel fuel pumps are particularly sensitive to heat damage because they rely on fuel for cooling and lubrication. When the tank runs low, the pump draws warmer fuel and strains itself, accelerating wear and risking catastrophic failure. The low-pressure fuel pump failure can starve the high-pressure fuel pump, causing it to fail and send metal particles throughout the fuel system. This cascade failure turns a $300 pump replacement into a $5,000 to $8,000 fuel system rebuild, including injectors, fuel rails, and complete system flushing. Keep the tank above quarter full at all times, especially during hot weather when fuel temperatures are highest. The fuel also acts as a heat sink, absorbing thermal energy from the pump and preventing overheating damage. Master diesel technicians report that vehicles maintained with full fuel tanks rarely experience fuel pump failures, while those frequently run near empty commonly need expensive fuel system repairs. European diesel drivers understand this principle and maintain higher fuel levels as standard practice. Number 6. Strictly monitor DEF and AdBlue quality. The selective catalytic reduction system requires high-quality DEF fluid, and cheaper contaminated fluid crystallizes and clogs injectors and pumps, leading to complex and expensive system faults that can disable the vehicle. According to Consumer Reports testing and emissions system specialists, only use OEM or certified DF fluid that meets ISO 22241 standards. Generic or discount DEF often contains impurities that crystallize in the system's tiny passages, causing blockages that require complete system replacement. The DEF system operates under precise tolerances with injectors smaller than fuel injectors, making contamination extremely damaging. Crystallized DEF blocks injectors, damages pumps, and triggers limp mode that severely limits vehicle performance. Use only name brand DEF from reputable suppliers and avoid discount fluids that may not meet quality standards. Store DEF properly in sealed containers away from heat and sunlight, as exposure degrades the fluid and creates crystallization problems. Replace DEF that's been stored longer than 2 years, as aged fluid loses effectiveness and can damage system components. Master diesel technicians report that vehicles using quality DEF rarely experience SCR system problems, while those using cheap fluid commonly need expensive repairs. The cost difference between quality and cheap DEF is minimal compared to system replacement costs exceeding $3,000 to $5,000. Number 5. The post-drive turbo cooldown. Diesel turbos run extremely hot, and shutting off immediately after hard driving causes oil to cook inside the turbo housing, leading to bearing failure and expensive turbo replacement. According to Consumer Reports data and Turbocharger specialists, diesel turbos operate at higher temperatures than gasoline turbos due to higher exhaust gas temperatures. After highway driving, towing, or spirited driving, idle the engine for 90 seconds before shutting off. This allows oil circulation to cool the turbo bearings gradually and prevents oil coking that destroys bearing surfaces. The turbo continues spinning after engine shutdown, and without oil circulation, the residual heat cooks the oil into carbon deposits that block oil passages. These carbon deposits cause bearing failure, shaft play, and complete turbo destruction, requiring replacement at costs ranging from $2,500 to $4,500, including labor. Modern diesels with electric auxiliary oil pumps may continue circulating oil briefly after shutdown, but manual cool-down remains the safest practice. Master diesel technicians recommend this procedure for all turbo diesel engines, especially after sustained high-load operation. European diesel drivers follow this practice religiously, contributing to turbocharger longevity that often exceeds 200,000 miles without replacement. Number 4. Fuel filter at every oil change. The factory interval for diesel fuel filters is far too long for ultimate longevity, and this $50 filter is the last line of defense for your multi-$1,000 high-pressure fuel pump. According to Consumer Reports data and fuel system specialists, diesel fuel contains more contaminants than gasoline and requires more frequent filtration to protect sensitive injection components. Replace the fuel filter every 10,000 miles or at every oil change to eliminate the risk of micro debris or water contamination reaching the high-pressure fuel system. Diesel fuel naturally contains more particulates and water than gasoline, making frequent filtration critical for system protection. A clogged fuel filter restricts flow to the high-pressure pump, causing it to work harder and fail prematurely. The high-pressure fuel pump operates at pressures exceeding 25,000 psi, making it extremely sensitive to contamination that can cause catastrophic failure. When the high-pressure pump fails, metal debris contaminates the entire fuel system, including injectors, fuel rails, and return lines. This contamination requires complete system replacement at costs ranging from $6,000 to $10,000. Master diesel technicians consider frequent fuel filter changes essential insurance against expensive fuel system failures. The filter costs $30 to $50, but prevents thousands in repair costs while maintaining optimal fuel system performance. Number 3. Commit to proactive intake cleaning. The combination of high soot EGR exhaust and oil vapor causes massive carbon buildup in the intake manifold and on intake valves, choking airflow and preventing proper combustion that damages engines. According to Consumer Reports testing and intake system specialists, diesel engines produce more carbon deposits than gasoline engines due to higher combustion temperatures and EGR system operation. Proactively clean the intake system every 80,000 to 100,000 miles, using walnut shell blasting to restore airflow and prevent damage to swirl flaps and intake components. Carbon buildup reduces airflow by up to 30%, causing poor performance, increased fuel consumption, and higher exhaust gas temperatures that stress engine components. The EGR system recirculates exhaust gases containing soot particles that stick to oil vapors in the intake system, creating thick carbon deposits. These deposits block intake ports, damage swirl flaps, and create hot spots that can cause piston damage. Walnut shell blasting uses crushed walnut shells to remove carbon deposits without damaging aluminum intake components. This service costs $600 to $800, but prevents engine damage and restores like-new performance. Master diesel technicians report that engines with regular intake cleaning maintain full power output and avoid expensive repairs throughout their lifetime. Number 2. Use only low-ash oil specifications. Do not use generic synthetic oil in your German diesel. You must use the exact VW 507.00 or BMW LL04 specification low-ash oil to prevent ash buildup from destroying the expensive diesel particulate filter. According to consumer reports testing and oil analysis specialists, conventional oils contain metallic additives that create ash when burned, and this ash accumulates in the DPF and cannot be burned off during regeneration cycles. Low ash oils like VW 507.00 and BMW LL04 contain minimal metallic additives that produce virtually no ash during combustion. This prevents ash accumulation that clogs the DPF and triggers expensive replacement requirements. The DPF can burn off soot during regeneration, but ash accumulation is permanent and eventually blocks the filter completely. Using conventional oil accelerates ash buildup and reduces DPF life from 150,000 miles to 80,000 miles or less. DPF replacement costs $3,000 to $5,000, including labor and related components. The low ash oil costs $20 to $30 more per change, but prevents thousands in DPF replacement costs. Master diesel technicians refuse to use anything except manufacturer-specified low ash oils because they understand the consequences of ash buildup. European diesel owners pay premium prices for correct oil specifications because they know the alternative is expensive DPF replacement. Number 1. The fuel lubricity additive. Modern diesel fuel lacks the lubricating sulfur required to protect the high-pressure fuel pump, and running a proven diesel fuel additive in every tank is the cheapest way to guarantee your fuel system components don't grind themselves apart. According to consumer reports testing and fuel system specialists, ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel removed the natural lubricity that protected fuel system components for decades. The high-pressure fuel pump relies on fuel lubrication to protect internal components operating at extreme pressures exceeding 25,000 psi. Without adequate lubricity, pump components wear rapidly and fail catastrophically, sending metal debris throughout the fuel system. Use a high-quality diesel fuel additive like Stanodyne Performance Formula or Power Service Diesel Clean in every tank to restore fuel lubricity and protect fuel system components. These additives also improve cetane rating for better combustion and include biocide properties that prevent algae growth in fuel tanks. The additive costs $8 to $12 per tank, but prevents fuel system failures, costing $5,000 to $8,000. To repair quality additives, also improve fuel economy by 2 to 3% and reduce emissions by promoting complete combustion. Master diesel technicians consider fuel additives mandatory for all modern diesels because they understand the lubricity requirements of high-pressure fuel systems. European diesel fuel contains more natural lubricity than American fuel, but European diesel owners still use additives for maximum protection and performance. These 10 secrets represent the difference between German diesel ownership being a dream or a nightmare. They're based on decades of diesel engineering wisdom and real-world experience from owners who've made their diesels last. The key insight is that diesel longevity isn't about spending more money, it's about understanding the unique requirements of diesel engines and following proven maintenance practices. Following these secrets will cost about $500 annually in additional maintenance, but saves $3,000 to $5,000 annually in major repairs. According to diesel specialists and high-mileage owners, German diesels maintained using these principles routinely exceed 300,000 miles without major engine or fuel system problems. That's the reliability German engineers designed into these engines when properly maintained. Remember, your German diesel is a precision instrument that rewards respect and punishes neglect. These secrets give you the knowledge to achieve the legendary diesel durability that made German engineering famous. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.